Welcome to the Ride This Out podcast, where we talk about how to improve your mental health and strengthen your connection to nature and your community, all through one simple solution: the bicycle. My name is Zach Golding, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker and mental health therapist. I'll be your host as we discuss the power of pedaling. All right, welcome into this week's session. We're going to switch things up a little bit. What I want to do this upcoming year is do a few more like individual sessions where it's me just talking, going over some different skills, some tips, some questions. The idea of this will be tune-ups, right? Sticking with the bicycle riding theme. Quick little tune-up. I'm going to release these on Tuesdays. So it'll be a Tuesday tune-up. I recognize and understand that you will most likely not be listening to it on Tuesday, because that's the wonderful world of podcasting. You can listen whenever, however you want. But I'm hoping to release them pretty consistently. We'll see how it goes. This is not intended to take the place of therapy, although I am a mental health professional and a therapist. This is not intended to replace therapy. In fact, it's meant to encourage you to maybe go to therapy and have some questions for yourself to kind of do some introspection, some insight, and just some reflection for yourself. So that's the whole idea. This is a supplement. This is an addition. This is something to get you kind of thinking about some of those things. So with it being the new year, right, 2024, it's pretty cool, pretty exciting year. I like to think of it as, 24. We got 24 hours in a day. This is the year of 24, right? How we're going to use each day, how we're going to use each hour of that day. I've always thought it to be kind of interesting. I'm not an avid gym goer, but I try to go regularly, and it always seems like, maybe some of you guys can relate to this, it always seems like around the first part of the year, the gym is pretty crowded, right? A lot of people are in there. They're wanting to tackle their resolutions, their goals of staying healthy, losing weight. Side note to that, right? The two most common New Year's resolutions, it's been this way for a number of years, is to save more money or earn more money, and to also lose weight or to be more healthy. So it's a common thing that many of us are trying to pursue. And every new year, we want to become more healthy. We want to save more money, whatever it might be. So, right, as I'm at the gym during the new year, a lot more people are there. It's a little more crowded. You're thinking, geez, I don't remember it being this hard to find my spot and to do my thing. And then you give it maybe 2-3 weeks and it's dropped off a little bit. Maybe a month or two go by and things have dropped off even more significantly at that point. So maybe you can relate to that, right? With you set a New Year's resolution, you're thinking, yes, I'm gung-ho, I'm going to do this. But then a week or two goes by, you're not feeling like you're meeting that expectation, and we can have that all or nothing type of thinking where we just, I can't do it. What's the point? I'm just going to give up. I'm going to eat whatever I want to eat. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And that resolution kind of goes out the window, and we don't really think of it much more than that, and we get a little frustrated with ourselves. So a little trick to try, say that 5 times fast, is to, instead of thinking of it as a New Year resolution, yes, the New Year is a great time to reset. It's a great time to kind of think of and look at, where you're at, what you want to do with your life, how you want to improve. But instead of thinking of it on a year-to-year basis, maybe think of it as a month-to-month basis, or even a week-to-week basis, or a day-to-day basis, or a hour-to-hour basis, or half-hour to half-hour, or 15 minutes, or 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, or 1 minute. You get the idea here, right? The idea of starting fresh, starting new, it doesn't just happen with the turn of the calendar. It can happen anytime, any place, because it's an idea that's in your mind, right? And so if you kind of set that deadline, you can even just set it on your phone and be like, okay, I'm going to give myself 15 minutes. All right. And in that 15 minutes, it's time to start over. It's time to start fresh. It's time to start new. I'm going to give myself till tomorrow, right? The end of the day. And you give yourself those moments of refreshment, of refinement, of new beginnings, of new starts. Now, I'm not saying just do whatever you want every single day and just say, I'm going to start over tomorrow. No, the idea is being consistent, setting some simple, attainable goals, and maybe you're not accomplishing those goals, but you're being consistent in your effort towards meeting them. And the idea of just starting fresh, starting new with every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, every hour, every 5 hours, whatever it might be, you can give yourself that permission, that mindset of starting new. Thinking about bicycles, right? For a lot of bike riders, what's one of the best days for a bike rider? I mean, people talk about it all the time. NBD, new bike day, right? You get a new bike, you're so excited about it, and you jump on it, and there's nothing better than that feeling of just riding that bike for the first time and just feeling that joy and that excitement. And so again, kind of approaching every day, every hour, every half hour, whatever it might be, whatever your mindset is with that new, fresh approach. Doesn't have to just be the new year. It can be, again, something simple. Break it into chunks, and that consistent effort, you'll see those results. So with that also too, I hope that we can look back on the year 2023 and, what were some of the proud things that you accomplished, or what were some of the happy moments of it? And that's a tip or trick as well. When you look back on your year, it's been really fun to see people post, what are the most popular reels that they've had, or what was their Spotify Wrapped, right? Like, what were the things that they were listening to the most? Also, side note for that, what do you think my Spotify Wrapped #1 song was? I've told some people this. My son got a hold of my phone in January of this last year, and I knew from right then that my Wrapped was going to be Toast. It was that Blue song. I'm blue, buddy. That song? Yeah, he listened to it so many times that my Spotify Wrapped, that was the #1. Right? But it's kind of fun to look back on, what were the highlights of the year? What were some of the good things that we accomplished? What were some of the good things that we were a part of? And not just focusing on all the negative things. It's good to look at those hard things, the areas where we grew from, and the moments that we might have pivoted or changed or made adjustments, but looking at those highlights. And I would also recommend that you do that on a daily basis. At nighttime, before you go to bed, whether you're sitting there or where you're laying down, if you want to put a note in your phone or write some things down or just go through it mentally, think of a highlight reel of your day. What were the things that you were grateful for? What were those things that happened that you were like really excited about or really proud to be a part of, or that, put a smile on your face, those happy, grateful moments. And, you just kind of go through, and it doesn't have to be your whole entire day, but just, again, those highlights, you make a highlight reel, and in your mind, you kind of replay it to end your day off on a good note. So hopefully ending 2023 off on a good note, starting the year 2024, how you're going to use each and every 24 hours in the year 2024 to progress towards whatever it is that you want to become. Hopefully you got some good things planned, some ideas. Let me know. Hit me up, whatever they are. I'm excited to accomplish some goals for myself, personally, professionally, and with my family, and have you guys along for the ride as well. So again, thanks for joining me on the Tune Up Tuesday. We're going to keep these rolling, and subscribe, all those good things. I appreciate everyone's support. It's been super fun doing these podcasts. I've gotten a lot of great feedback of people being inspired to go out and ride, and that's the whole purpose. That's the whole idea of this, to get out and ride when you're experiencing something that you're going through, or some ideas that you have. Jump on that bike and ride this out.